Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen is an open-world action RPG game that does not hold up in 2016. We have been spoiled by the likes of Witcher 3, Dragon Age Inquisition and Fallout 4 to expect more from this genre. But none of these games are better than Dragon's Dogma in combat. The hack and slash real-time combat is this game's saving grace, along with the magnificent boss battles that are akin to the fights in Shadow of the Colossus. Dragon's Dogma's biggest sin is that it doesn't give the player a good reason to keep playing the game. There is no lasting hook that pulls you through to the end. I believe that every game needs at least one element that grips you and doesn't let go. In games like Borderlands and Destiny, it's the shooting and loot. In Fallout and Witcher, it's the characters and the world building. In a game like Phantom Pain, it's the mechanics and gameplay. But Dragon's Dogma doesn't have any element that could keep me coming back for more. Like in most other fantasy games, you play as the Chosen One. Your hometown is attacked by a gigantic dragon and you're the only one to take up arms against it. The plot gears into motion when your heart is ripped out and eaten by the dragon, making you an Arisen. Thus starts the long, fetch quest-filled journey through a drab world to get back your heart from the dragon. All you do for the next several hours is walk up to an NPC, take on a quest, travel to the marked spot on the map, kill a bunch of monsters, report back and get some rewards. In between there are side quests to find items or people, or maybe aid an NPC to earn their approval. That's it, rinse and repeat.
Oh, damned! It's your handiwork? For truth?
The narrative thread pulling you through these quests is very weak. Even the characters are flat and uninteresting. All conversations are one way and feel soulless, which made me skip through them as fast as possible. The world is also as dull as the NPCs with no stories to tell about its inhabitants or its own history. All in all, the game falls flat in terms of story. There are a couple of interesting twists in the plot, but they happen too late for me to care about the revelations they provide.
Now, attack!
I'll scale its head!
But not all hope is lost, as the combat in this game is quite excellent. It is not as deep as the best Platinum action games, nor does it have the satisfactory nature of the Arkham series. It lies somewhere in between. You can pick any of the three basic classes, warrior, mage or rogue, which can be leveled up or mixed and matched at later stages. A knight can have magical powers with a shield, or an assassin can wield both heavy weapons and daggers. I played as a rogue because I wanted to climb up the huge monsters and hit them where they were the weakest. This is where Dragon's Dogma shines. The boss encounters are one of a kind, where your whole party is trying to bring down a gigantic creature by playing their respective roles. The mages might be healing and the warriors might be taunting, while I climb up its back to repeatedly stab it in the head. When it all comes together, the battles feel thrilling and also rewarding at the end.
I'll take that.
But eventually, it gets repetitive. Fighting strategy doesn't change a whole lot, neither do your skills diversify to such an extent that the battles might feel fresh throughout. The fights with enormous creatures remain fun, but the countless bashes with the smaller foes lose their appeal very quickly, turning your travels into a chore. All this is compounded by the fact that the companion AI is not too smart. They get the job done but are more of a hindrance in the later stages. These AI companions are pawns, a race unique to Dragon's Dogma, which is lesser to the humans as they do not possess a soul or any aim. They exist to assist you, the Arisen. You acquire a main pawn which levels up throughout the game, but to complete your party of 4, you have to hire 2 more pawns which do not level up. They need to be switched. These 2 pawns can be from the local offline world, or they can be other players' pawns from the online realm. The latter might have learnt about the world and quests in their own adventures, so choosing good pawns will lead to better help in questing and fighting. But most of the time you will be the one helping the pawns by constantly having to revive them, turning them into a source of nuisance. Also, unlike Dragon Age, these companions are neither interesting nor do they have any personalities or story arcs. On a technical level, the PC port is quite strong with a lot of customization options. It runs at a high frame rate and also scales well to accommodate older hardware. But then, the game itself also looks quite old. The textures look washed out, the character animations are stiff, and a lot of pop-in occurs at short distances. If this game had been ported to PC in 2013 or even 2014, it might have been worth a buy. But with so many open world games to choose from today, Dragon's Dogma doesn't justify even its low price point. I would suggest you to pick this game up on sale, but play it only after you have played through all the other well-regarded open world games.